Hey guys, how are you? I thought I'd approach this new moon in Scorpio video just slightly differently, rather than me sitting down and just talking to you. And the more I listen back to some of the videos, I do have a tendency to repeat myself, so I'm going to make this brief. The only card on the table that is not a major arcana is this Ten of Swords. And this is exactly how I feel that we are at the moment with this new moon in Scorpio about to dawn tomorrow. Now, new moons are always dark, all right? There is no moon, okay? We go into a balsamic stage. The moon has 8 phases. We're going to the balsamic, and then we are birthed into a new moon. The new moon bursts forth, but she is not bright, she's dark. And I often see this energy of the 10. It doesn't matter how defeated we may feel, it doesn't matter how downtrodden. I always say what we feel is dead in the water is not. There is the darkest hour before the dawn. The dawn is coming up here. Alright, so if you have been having a bit of a tricky one, guys, we are moving through it. And I know you guys, Leo, Scorpio, Taurus, Aquarius, you're going to be feeling this moon more than anything else. You know, we moved the eclipses of last year, the Taurus and Scorpio energies of those eclipses. We're still moving through them. You know, we had the nodal shift 6 months ago into Venus and Libra. And, you know, we're still working through it. And I can't stress enough the power of eclipse energy. So we're working through stuff here. So anyway, let's have a look. So let me put this aside. Scorpio energies, guys. Okay, Scorpio energy, death energy, Scorpio, and Plutonian energy. All right, soul's journey to rebirth. Okay, now we can see the vision here. All right, with this star, this is where we want to go. This is the vision that we're looking to achieve. But it's not easy. And I'm going to get my notes up now and talk to you about why that is. Again, this Mars energy, and I'm going to talk you through, hopefully, so that you can understand. I'm hoping you can anyway, so I'm just going to get the notes up, guys. So this new moon in Scorpio, we've got a very powerful energies with this. It is about power, but it's also about fear. And I headed this new moon in Scorpio, power and willful intent. And the question is, you know, are you brave enough? And Mars is in opposition to Uranus in Taurus. Okay, so let's have a look at that. The Mars energy, we already know, you know, the lightning struck a long time ago that whatever it is that we're looking at, whatever it is that we're needing to work through, is still that sort of, we're in the motions of that. So this Tower energy, it is Mars, it's powerful, and it asks us to clean house. Okay? This is asking us to clean house. But it's not easy because Mars is actually in opposition to Taurus. And Taurus, of course, it's Uranus in Taurus. So it's not easy at all. You know, Taurus energy, Hierophant energy. Hierophant likes things done, you know, it's stable. It likes to be formal in its way. It likes stability. Whereas the Uranian energy of the Fool, okay, he wants change, he wants newness, he wants futuristic stuff, which we're all looking to achieve. We're all wanting to break away and push on here and revolutionise life and where we want to go in this next stage. But it's not easy when we've got Hierophant energy, because he likes it done properly. You know, he likes that stability. Here he stands. You know, he's got the knowledge. It's a Venus ruled energy. The good news is we've got Venus moving into Sag, which we are going to, Venus into Libra, which we are going to be talking about. Okay, so Taurus does like stability. Uranus wants change. So we have to, you know, we might have to suck it up a little bit here, guys. Now, the Sun is in strong conjunction with Mars. Okay, don't forget, Scorpio Sun. And is in opposition to all this sort of Taurus Uranian energy as well. So there can be disagreements here, and there can be clashes when it comes to this vision that we're talking about. So this battle for control. I feel, if we can do this in a much more subtle and peaceful way, because of course the Hierophant, of course, is Venus ruled energy, so that would work. So that's the approach we need to take if we can. And the Sun and the Moon and Mars are still, they're all trine, and they're all trining Neptune at the moment. And Neptune, at the end of the day, wow, what can I say? Despite this conjunction, not everybody is going to be feeling very energetic. Neptune energy is quite sleepy energy. So I think that surrender what you can't change at the moment to spirit. Just surrender it and ask for guidance. But stand firm in that truth. All right? You've got to stand firm in that to ultimately be able to access these new avenues and move forward. So that is important. So hold your position. Mercury, great, moving into Sag, so that's smashing. And of course the Mercury energies is magician energy. And what we also have is High Priestess energy on the table as well. With this energy of the moon, we do have those connections. Mercury in Sagittarius, we are still looking for answers and solutions to any ongoing issues that might be going on there. But I do feel that the sensation of the magician, I'm just going to bring him out here. This manifestation is here. And I honestly feel that if we hang with it and we can push forward, we can get where we need to go. There's no doubt about that. So, yeah, I'm liking it. And I think with the Priestess energy here, okay, so when I look at, let's just take him out of the equation for a minute. When I look at the Priestess energy, we recognise that she holds the knowledge as far as the intuition, the spiritual energies are concerned. Obviously the Empress energy, this is another Venus energy by the way, but she knows how to go about it, right? So Earth Mother, Spirit Mother, all right? So it's important that we connect with that, and I think that the Venus in Libra, trine Pluto, is going to help us do that. I do believe that. Okay, so we can get it together. But the Temperance card, if you like, this is Sagittarius, don't forget. The Wheel of Fortune is Jupiter. That's, again, that expansion on this future ideal, what we want to do. All of this is here. So it's about negotiation, I feel, with this Venus energy. How do we negotiate? We can't please all the people all the time, though. So relationships with authority, particularly so, right? And let's bring in old Capricorn here, right? The devil energies. That can be tricky. And even though Saturn, which of course is your world card as well, Saturn energy, this is your reality. Saturn energy, even though it is direct in the sky, it's slow. So we are strengthening boundaries, but we need to be careful here, because if we are dealing with authorities, it can still be a little bit difficult. So how we handle those sort of awkward alliances, right? But in fairness, Saturn, as I said, strengthening those boundaries. So it's important, as I said, not to settle for a better than nothing. And it is important that you value yourself, okay, with this Empress energy. So as we're moving into Sag, we've got, on the 22nd anyway, we've got Sun moving into Sag again. So that's good. So try and be as philosophical as we can. There is this sense of freedom from the sort of Scorpio shadow stuff here. And November 24th, obviously, Mars is going to enter Sag as well. So we're going to have some high expectations, but it is important to recognise that we can still experience some disappointment. So it is, you know, be wise in your actions, stay upbeat, and I feel comfortable that we're going to get resolution. Okay. Now, Leo, Aquarius, Taurus, Gemini, I've already said, you guys are going to feel this the most. And remember that Pluto, he is actually square the nodes, right? He's square the North Node, guys. And the North Node is in that sort of actualizing that next stage energy of Aries. You know, where do we go from here? So it's like that next stage of soul growth that's still being negotiated and worked through. But the reward is there. We just need to push on. But we've got to overcome this. We've got to overcome this fear to actually get there. So Mercury, hello Mercury, the manifestator, the manifestation that comes with this, all right? And of course, Mercury, of course, rules the energy of the Hermit as well. So we've got both those energies. And I think that, you know, the Hermit for me, just sorted him out for you guys. The Hermit for me talks to me about knowing who you really are. It's sort of know yourself, the Hermit energy. Magician does talk about manifestation. You've got all the tools to do it. You just need to recognise that in yourself, guys, as we're moving forward. So, and Mercury is going to be sextile Venus as well. So, new starts. It's nice. I like it. And again, Venus ruled energies. Venus ruled, I mean, what is that? That's balance. It's justice, isn't it? And here we have this too. So again, I'm just bringing these forward, guys. I hope that makes sense to you. So recognising, knowing yourself, recognising your potentials, finding that balance, finding the power of the Empress, also a Venus ruled connection, right? And that can really take us forward. So yeah, I think Venus sextile, I definitely feel there's going to be new starts, going to be good possibilities. I mean, real cool runnings for some of you guys. But Neptune, as I said, sextiles Pluto, so definitely networking, guys. Loads and loads of networking here, I think, with this energy. You know, don't forget, Scorpio energy is all about networking, of course. So there's got to be new opportunities to ultimately move on with this, you know, to rebirth and access this vision. It's here, you know, this is the Wheel of Fortune, it's Jupiter, there's expansion, all right, expansion. So definitely, yeah, networking, new opportunities, if you're willing to push the envelope, all right, and that's another energy. Whereas Saturn, Capricorn energy has tend to limit, you know, I actually feel that we just got to push the envelope here. And Mercury, sextile Venus, so real doors, they may have really, I mean, may have already be opening for you, or your eyes may be opening to this new vision now. We can see it. It's really starting to come together. So, you know, I think that where we're going from with this point, that, yeah, we're gonna get there. We're gonna get this over the line. Mercury moving into Sag is going to be sextile Venus, and it can produce that tension. Whilst, you know, Sagittarius wants to be off, bless, you know, and accessing this. Yeah, I want to embellish everything. I want to be going. I want to be moving. But you know, he does square Pisces, Saturn in Pisces. So even though, as I said, he is direct, it's going to be slow upgrade. So you will get there, although it's got to push on, and it can be really physically and emotionally draining. Okay, so yeah, we've got to shed the old skin, guys. We've got to move out of that comfort zone that this Hierophant energy wants to keep us in. Okay, and the question is, are you brave enough, right, to step off the edge? Okay, are you brave enough to step off the edge and risk that and access these new ideas, access the future? Okay, you've got to that's a question you've got to ask yourself here. So, and I think another question that Scorpio always asks, I mean, look at there's dark energy on the table here with this guy, right? And it is dark. Anybody who knows Scorpio and you've been through heavy Scorpio transit, you understand that. The shadows, right? So Scorpio is always asking that question, is it safe? Right, so Neptune is trining Mars in Scorpio. So it's a little bit fuzzy around that intention, but you've got to trust the spirit, be patient, know that you're moving forward, all right? You can't see it quite yet, I mean, it's difficult because Neptunian energy, as I've often said, it is foggy, and there's things that go on behind the scene with Neptunian energy. But I just want to go with it and say, it's all going to be all right on the night, guys. So, yeah, it's coming through. So don't forget, the new moon is around 20 degrees. So whatever we've got in the chart around that 20 degrees, there's going to be some activation. I mean, for me, it's my Mars in Pisces, funnily enough, in that 10th 20 degrees. So it's... my health has not been at its best, getting a few things sorted out there. So November 27th, we've got the full moon in Gemini, and that is for another video, is that? But I do think that the answers are going to be coming in at that point. What is it we're looking for? So always remember, guys, that with Scorpio, superficial, he's not a superficial energy. It's not having it. So that won't do. It's got to be thorough. And I would say, although I don't have a card that represents Chiron so much, I mean, I do, but it's in another deck. Chiron altering Aries, so we are healing those wounds, even though it can be painful. And all I can say is no pain, no gain, guys. But yeah, interesting energies with that. It will be okay. We are going to be okay. Sorry, I'm just trying to get rid of that. But I do feel as if, it's just pushing through. It's just pushing through. And knowing that we're beyond this point. We're moving on. We can move on. We just need to be brave enough. We know it's hit anyway. It's time. We know it. Whatever's happened, guys, whether or not it's been loss, if it's money, if it's debt, it's all of those things. If it's depression, illness, whatever, we know we've got to work it. Anyway, I hope that's helped you. Just know, be brave, step out. It's going to be okay. I promise you won't get your feet wet. If you want to take the dive, you're not going to be walking from one situation to another, and I don't feel you're going to get your feet wet. So if you have to walk the plank, so be it, but you will be okay. Hope that's helped, guys. Catch you next time.